So today, got a cool project. This is my GTR. I've had it since 2018. I bought it as a completely stock GTR. I've been tuning it and retuning it and testing different tuning strategies on it since 2018. So today, this is kind of the peak of this GTR's career, so to speak. Recap on the car. Like I said before, it was a stock car, bolt-ons, making mid 500s. Then it was making mid 600s on ethanol. And then upgraded turbos with the stock engine, was making low 800s. And then I did a small engine build with 54mm turbos, made 1100 horsepower with that. I went 9.0 in the quarter mile with that on street tires and full interior. Then I did a billet crank motor with Zona rotor 58s. I made 1200 with that. I made a little bit more on the street because I was able to turn it up afterwards. I never dynoed it since. So today we did a refresh on some of the stuff. Wasn't happy with the drivability with 2600cc injectors. It was a little shaky. So today we're tuning the car with the 12 injector Mad Sweden manifold. So it's all billet manifold. I'm using 1300cc injectors as the primaries, that factory like idle and drivability, and then 2600 is the secondaries for full power. It's got a Visconti triple pump or triple Hellcat hardwired fuel pump assembly in it, some intercooler, got a custom Boost Logic turbo kit and all custom charge piping, command performance, coolant tank, Boost Logic catch can. The engine was built by Kinetic Motorsport in Houston, Texas. I've been working very closely with them for a long time. The mission is a Shep Stage 3 with drag pack with PPG gear set. It has DSS Pro rear axles now as well. So pretty decent street car, mostly off the shelf stuff internally, but everything outside has been pretty much custom fabricated. This dyno that I had was 2 years ago, made 1200 wheel. So we're looking for 1500 today, and we're gonna see how it does.
Make some steam.
We're gonna try to.
I put AC in it too, so you'll sweat your ass off.
If your car doesn't make 900 wheel horsepower on wastegate pressure, don't fucking talk to me. So right now it's making 1,000 with not very high boost. So just working through some of the boost control issues. We're having issues with the boost oscillating a lot, so we got to go through the wastegate tables, redo them for this turbo setup. And once we get a smooth boost curve, we'll just keep raising the boost until it makes good power. So far the first couple hits have been pretty clean, so we're going to keep working on it. These turbos are pretty lazy, so we definitely need to shove that duty in real hard and have a very controlled boost curve so there's no oscillation. But massaging it, and then hopefully it'll make what we want it to make. So it picked up just over 100 wheel horsepower, adding a couple more pounds of boost, which is really good. It's a good sign, right? This motor never really liked timing ever. My 3.8 stock crank motor loved timing. This motor does not like timing. So the turbo sizing and the boost level is way more crucial. 58mm kit made 1200 wheel I had turned it up on the street and just never dynoed it again. Probably about the same power that my 58mm kit was making, but we have way more headroom with these turbos. I'm gonna put a bigger map sensor in, and hopefully we can get close to my goal today. This thing was nearly full when I started tuning it. I made like 5 or 6 hits and already used over a quarter of a tank of fuel. One more degree of timing got me 60 wheel horsepower. Not bad, sirs. Okay, so I actually played with timing a little bit. It did pick up more power, so that's awesome. I'm starting to run out of fuel. This is the main reason why I did the 12 injector manifold, because with the 2600s I had to idle the car at like 1300 RPM and it just cooked everything. But now I got it idling at 750, smooth, no surging, no bucking. The 2600s are a really great injector for a Motec car, but on ECUTEK it is very difficult to dial them in. I spent a lot of time with it, got it pretty decent, and I drove the car daily like that, but it did not like it. But this is much happier. 1300s on the low side with 2600s to beat on the top end. So really, really nice smooth idle. All right, so we're back. Started having some fuel pressure issues. So the shop Houston was able to help me out. They got a brushless fuel system in it, got rid of the triple pump that was in there before. So now it's got a BKS 1000 brushless pump and an ID controller. So we're gonna retune the car for that, turn up the boost, see what it makes, see if we can get closer to our goal. All done, hit the goal that I was looking for. These are the last dyno graphs that we have. So this blue one was 1477 with 1,000 foot-pounds. You'll see how slow the boost comes in. It was pretty lazy on this setup. I didn't have very much cam timing in it. I didn't play with the VVT a lot, but I started turning the boost up. I thought, 1500 easy. I made 1477 already, but we started losing fuel pressure. So had to stop there. Then we did the brushless pump with the surge tank and the controller. Got back in the car, retuned it. We brought the VVT in full, tried to spool the turbos as hard as possible. So that's what you'll see on the red and the yellow lines. So final numbers today, 1500.1 wheel horsepower, and then 1541 as the final at the back tires. So Nice little setup for the street, really good overall curves. These turbos are still kind of lazy, so they're not going to spool like my 58s or like anything with stock frames, but very, very pleased. A1 job. This motor has actually been holding up really well. I had this motor built about 2 years ago, like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, and it's been kicking ass ever since. Oil looks great every time, plugs look great every time, tuned by me. Big thank you to the shop Houston. They did all the drivetrain stuff on the car, the trans, the axles, they did the manifold, all the fab work for it, fuel system, cooling mods, lots of stuff that they put in, tons of effort. So very happy with the final result. Gangster car, really like it, had it for a long time, so I'm really happy with the overall numbers. Thanks for watching.